Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back in lecture number 26. Today we are going to discuss the second part of the Takaful, that is Islamic insurance system. And before we go into details, let me remind the previous discussions that we studied about Takaful. We studied the concept of insurance and Takaful. So in the concept of insurance, we discussed that in businesses or in the individual's lives, there are risks. The risk of loss, a risk of damage to the property, a risk to the personal health. So in that case, those risks are replaced with some certainties for the price paid as the premiums in case of insurance system. So here, in conventional insurance system, the mechanism is that for a particular nature of loss or a damage, suppose for the fire insurance or for some medical insurance, for that particular nature of insurance, for that particular nature of unwanted event, a premium is paid, a price is paid for the compensation. So here the price is paid and in compensation a reward is received, a same denomination of commodity over a period of time, which doesn't qualify the Sharia requirements, because in Sharia we say that the goods of the same specification, of the same nature, cannot be exchanged but to the same levels. If you want to exchange 100 rupees over a period of time, you can only exchange 100 rupees after that particular time period. Whatever time is involved, you cannot add or you cannot reduce the amount of that currency. And if it is in the form of some commodity, suppose it is a wheat, so if you loan wheat of a quantity, suppose 1 ton of wheat is loaned or given to some person, so you can only receive 1 ton of wheat back from that person. Otherwise, you have to sell that. So when you sell the wheat, you can charge a price. Cash price will be different, credit price will be different. So the credit price is higher, so that will compensate the time value of money. So in case of conventional insurance system, cash is paid as a premium, and then again cash is received if some unwanted event occurs or at the maturity of the contract. Whereas in case of Takaful, a pool of fund is created with an intention to share the risk. So the risk sharing is one of the key features of Takaful. Whereas in case of insurance, risk of the individuals and businesses is transferred to the insurance company. And Takaful derives its legitimacy from Quran and Hadith and from the understanding of the scholars, that in Quran it has been mentioned that we must cooperate for good things. We must, like the ayat, the last week we recited, it is ta'awanu alal birri wa taqwa, like we have to cooperate each other for good things, for the virtuous acts, and we should avoid cooperating in sinful acts. So here, for the society, we should cooperate each other to compensate the losses of each other. If somebody faces a loss, the society or the people, they should cooperate and should compensate the loss of that person. And in this Takaful system, the participants are the subscribers of that Takaful. They create a pool of fund which is known as Waqf fund or a Tabarru fund. So out of that fund, losses are compensated according to the level of contribution. So here, all the people, they contribute to compensate the risk, to compensate the loss. So it means risk is shared by all. The objective is to help each other. And there are certain objections against conventional insurance system. It involves uncertainty, it involves the aspect of gambling, and it involves the concept of riba as well. So these all things are not allowed under the Sharia. When we say uncertainty, it means there are certain facts which are concealed, and this is very much common practice. If you Google this idea, what are the inherent crimes under the insurance system, even sometimes people, they kill each other to receive the benefits of the insurance system. And sometimes they damage their properties by themselves to receive the compensation from the insurance companies. And sometimes they hide the facts. They show that asset is in good health, it is performing well, and there are no defects in the asset which is being insured. And at the same time, if the insurance is for some individuals, there might be people who hide the facts that individual is sick. If they disclose the sickness or if they disclose the problem, maybe the premium charged by the insurance company will be charged higher. Or if the level of risk increases, the amount of premium also increases. So sometimes they hide these things. So they hide the facts. And then the funds generated by the contribution of the premiums by the policy holders in insurance system, in the conventional insurance system, those funds, they are invested into different activities. As I showed you the profits and loss statement of the State Life Insurance Corporation in Pakistan, the sources of income, they were derived out of the debt securities, then out of the interest income from deposits, the surplus amounts where they were being deposited into the banks, and interest income was generated from there, and also the loans that were forwarded to the agents and the employees of the State Life Insurance Corporation. So these were the interest incomes derived, and they were being added into the incomes of that State Life Corporation. So the element of riba is always there, which is not allowed or never appreciated by the Islamic financial system. And also there are many differences between takaful and the conventional insurance system. The main difference is that the risk transferring in case of insurance companies and risk sharing in the case of takaful companies. And then the avoidance of different bad things like gambling, the uncertainties, and the factor of riba, which is not appreciated by Sharia, which is not allowed by Sharia. So these things, they are not present. These things are not there in case of takaful, because the funds, they are raised for the cooperation, for the well-being, or for the mutual benefits of the participants. And then there is the concept of profit maximization in the case of insurance companies, whereas in case of Islamic insurance companies or the takaful companies, the objective is well-being of the people, well-being of the participants. And also the owners in case of insurance companies are the shareholders, whereas owners of takaful are the participants, are the contributors in that case. And there are different mechanisms of arrangement or of the operations of takaful. In case of insurance companies, the insurance company manages all the operations, and in case of takaful, there is takaful operator, and the relationship of the operator and the participants, they are two in nature. One is the wakala based, we call it wakala model, and the other one is mudarba model. These models we will discuss in our today's lecture. And there were some features of takaful or Islamic insurance. So we discussed some of the features, that the intention should be pure, the objective is the mutual benefits of the people, and these things we have already discussed in detail. And with this concept of takaful, the beauty of Islam lies in its plurality. So where the concept of mutual well-being is there in case of takaful, so here we don't see the individuality, rather we see the plurality. So here people, they take care of each other, they mitigate the risk of each other with mutual cooperation. And if we see the model of Islam, so we see that under the Islam there is Aqidah, which means the faith and belief of the followers of Islam, and then there are Sharia laws which cover the practices and the activities, that they must be according to the Sharia rules. Otherwise we might not be that good Muslims, or may not even be Muslims. And then Islam take care of ikhlaq, that one of the famous hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that मुझे मुकार में ikhlaq के लिए भेजा गया है, to teach you the ikhlaq, the moralities and ethics. So, and under the Sharia, there are different things which have been covered, like the ibadat and muamalat. In case of ibadat, this is the man to God relationship. We pray to Allah. We might be offering salat regularly, but this is the relationship between the man and the God. And the fasting during the Ramadan, this is again with the relationship between the man and the God. And different types of ibadat, they are all because of the relationship between the man and the God. Whereas when it comes to the muamalat, these are the dealings between the men and women in the society. So these activities, they include the political activities, the economic activities, and the social activities. So while talking at a country level, we are talking about the politics as well. So all the politics being practiced in an Islamic country should be according to the Sharia rules. And the economic activities must be according to the Sharia rules again. All the financial dealings and rules and regulations in this sector must comply the Sharia rules. And while living in the society, we must follow the social or norms of the society which are Sharia compliant. And then when we talk of the economic activities, we can talk of so many things, but risk management is one of the things which is managed in the form of Islamic insurance or takaful. So we studied some of the legitimacy from the Quran and Hadith, and then the concepts of scholars and different organizations, and we studied some fatwas as well. So this was our previous lecture. And after this lecture, after today's lecture, you will be able to understand the operations of takaful, how the takaful performs, how it initiates, and how it is concluded, and then uses of takaful, that where are the applications of takaful, and the takaful models which are commonly known as wakala model, where wakala is derived from the word wakil or agent. So in this case, the operator works as agent. So, and then we will discuss the mudarba model, where the operator becomes partner and becomes mudarib in that case. And there is a hybrid model where wakala and mudarba model both are mixed. And then there are different takaful types and documentations. We have some documents from a company, and we will go through those details. So first of all, the operations of takaful fund. The transactional aspect of the commercial activity of takaful must be subject to the Islamic contractual laws in order to ensure its compliance with the Sharia. So the operations of the takaful, it must be according to the Sharia rules. Whatever funds are raised, that should be invested according to the Sharia rules. If they are invested into any activity which is not Sharia compliant, so this action will make the whole process un-Islamic, unethical, illegal. And the company involved in takaful business as the operator will accept the payment of the takaful installments or takaful contributions, which we conventionally know as the premiums, from the participants or the clients for the takaful plan or takaful scheme they wish to participate. So there will be, just like the insurance system, in the conventional insurance system, there are different types of insurances. As I mentioned, fire insurance, health insurance, property insurance. And likewise, in takaful, there are different types of insurances. Health insurance will be there, fire insurance will be there, property insurance will be there, some car insurance will be there. And the clients or the participants will according to their requirement or the need, they will subscribe for that particular insurance, and the insurance type of insurance or type of takaful will determine their contribution or their premium. And in order to eliminate the element of uncertainty in the takaful contract, the concept of tabarru, to donate, to contribute, or to give away, is incorporated in it. In relation to this, participant shall agree to relinquish as gift certain portion of his or her takaful installment. So here, the contributions of the participants are divided into two portions. One is the participant's account, just like any bank account you can have, and the other one is participant's special account or takaful fund account, or we can say it as the waqf account. So that account, any percentage of the contribution that goes into that account is a donation, is a charity, and from that account where all the participants donate, from that account losses will be compensated. And from the participant's personal account, which is also known as participant's investment account, so with that account, whatever is earned onto that account, it belongs to the participants. And just like a deposit account into any Islamic financial institution, the participants can withdraw their amount from that account, and at the maturity of the contract, if the contract is for 5 years or the policy which was taken for fire insurance is for 5 years, so after 5 years the participant's personal account will be given back to the participant, whereas the donations or the percentage which is derived into the donations account, it will not be paid back because this is a charity, what we know as sadaqah. So these donations will stay there and it will be used to compensate the losses of the participants into their respective types of policies. And for the services, the Takaful operators, they will charge a fee. So if they charge a fee, we will call it a Wakala model. And the Takaful fund, consisting of the contributions paid as tabarru, will be further invested by the company based on the principle of al-mudarba, through which the element of interest will be replaced. And the funds which are created in the work fund, which are contributed to the work fund, will be invested by the Takaful operators, and profits will be generated, and it may be on the basis of mudarba. So in case of mudarba, the operator will take their share as a percentage out of the total profit, and the remaining profit will be deposited back into that Waqf account. And all premium holders will participate in profit and loss. And out of that fund, which comprises two portions, one is the participant's personal account, the other one is the Waqf account from the contributions or from the charities. So both funds will be managed by the operator, maybe on the basis of mudarba, and the profits of respective account will be transferred to the respective accounts. And then in the case of loss, all the policy holders, all the contributors into that fund, all the participants, they will share the loss as well. And the profits will be shared on agreed ratios. According to their contributions into the total fund, they will share the profits as well. And the uses of Takaful or the applications of Takaful can be used to cover the properties like house, factory, mosque, offices, even the mosques, particularly the mosques in the non-Muslim countries. If we talk of mosque in Muslim countries, we have so many people to contribute to reconstruct the mosque in case of any damage or any loss. Whereas in case of non-Muslim countries, there might not be enough funds to finance the reconstruction or to compensate the losses. So in that case, the Takaful applies to such type of properties as well. And then vehicles like cars, motorcycles, bus, truck, etc. For any of your motor, you can have the Takaful insurance for that. And for the goods in transit, particularly when the goods are imported and they are still in transit, maybe in the sea or in the land, so those goods, they are prone to damages. So in transit, goods can be insured by Takaful arrangements. And valuables like jewelries, prizes, or antiques, which you associate a lot of value with them, you might attach emotionally with such type of things. So for these valuable goods, the Takaful arrangements are also possible. And then health insurance or health Takaful is available. Then for the accidents and the life, the Takaful arrangements are also there. Now the most important part is the Takaful model. So first of all, we will discuss the Wakala model. So a Wakala model is that when the operator charges a fee for this whole arrangement of Takaful, where they invite, where they offer different services, different products to cover different types of damages maybe for the property, for the vehicle, for the valuables, for the health, or for the life. So in that case, for each type of services, they will invite participants, and for this arrangement, for this service, they will charge a fee. This is known as Wakala model. So cooperative risk sharing occurs among participants, where a Takaful operator earns a fee for services as a wakil or as an agent, and doesn't participate or share in any underwriting results, as these belongs to participants as surplus or deficit. So they don't provide any type of guarantees like any underwritings, that in case of losses, if the claims are more than the funds, they cannot provide any guarantee that the claims must be compensated even if the funds they have been finished. So such type of guarantees in Wakala model, they are not allowed. And then under the Wakala model, the operator may also charge a fund management fee and performance incentive fee. So the fee can be charged under the Wakala model. So this is the model here, that all the contributions received from the participants, for example, in case of health insurance, maybe the monthly contribution or quarterly contribution is 10,000 rupees, and in case of some property insurance, the monthly contribution may be the quarterly contribution, let's suppose the quarterly contribution, it may be 20,000. For different types of insurances, contribution amounts will be different, and accordingly they will be distributed to Wakala fee and to the Tabarru contribution. So here is the Tabarru contribution in case of Wakala model, and the operator they will charge a fee. So in case of Wakala model, all the contributions they go to the Waqf fund or to the Tabarru fund, and there is nothing that will be paid back out of their personal accounts. There is no personal account created for the contributors or the participants. So all the funds which are created, they will be used for the compensation of the losses. And with the contributions in the Tabarru contribution, they will be transferred to the General Takaful Fund. So out of this General Takaful Fund, different operations will be performed. For example, the investment will be made by the operator into different businesses, maybe in the equities, just like we studied the Islamic investment funds. So this is also a fund. It can be used for some halal activities, like maybe in case of Murabha activities, a property will be purchased and it will be sold at a profit. And then if it is used for an ijara purpose, a property will be purchased and it will be leased for some rental purposes. And if it is for the salam purpose, it will be the funds will be used to purchase a commodity in the future for the spot payment. And there might be arrangements of musharka and mudarba as well, where this fund will be the capital of the operator, or this General Takaful Fund will be used as a capital and to initiate any type of partnership, maybe musharka or mudarba, to undertake any type of business. So that investment into any type of business will earn some profit or it will suffer some losses. So if it earns a profit, it will be paid back or it will go back to this Takaful Fund. So it will increase with the profits. But if there is a loss, that loss will also be taken out from this General Takaful Fund. And out of this Takaful Fund, there will be different claims onto it. It will be deducted with different types of claims, like there will be a claim if any accident occurs. So the participant which paid for this whole process, they will be compensated against their claim. If the accident takes place or if fire takes place or any unwanted event takes place, in that case, claims will be filed to the Takaful company, and the Takaful company will analyze it and they will find it that is there any truth, and if it is a genuine event, the Takaful company will compensate the losses. And there might be some expenses associated with these services, and those expenses will be deducted. Claims amounts, they will be deducted out of this General Takaful Fund. And then there is Re-Takaful. What is this Re-Takaful? If you know the reinsurance, then it will be easier for you to understand the Re-Takaful concept. Re-Takaful means if this fund is available for the claims, if the claims they are more than the total funds available in the General Takaful Fund, it means there will be some claims which are not entertained. But with the Re-Takaful arrangements, a bigger company, they will make sure that if the Takaful company fails to entertain all the claims, then they will compensate the claims which are not being entertained by the Takaful company. So this is the concept of reinsurance, and this is the same as in case of Takaful. But in case of Re-Takaful, a percentage of the contribution will be given to the Re-Takaful company, and Re-Takaful company will make sure that all the claims are compensated. And in the case of disaster, for example, in case of tsunami or earthquake, then there is a possibility that there will be so many claims, and in that case, the Kafil company may not be able to entertain all the claims. So in that case, Reith Kafil company will make sure that all the claims they are entertained and all the losses or the damages are compensated. And there will be some cancellation charges that can be deducted out of it, and something out of this whole fund will be kept as a reserve. And if then a surplus will be there. A surplus is an amount which is determined or which is calculated that General Kafil fund, if it goes beyond such and such amounts, then the surplus will be gifted back to the contributors. So that surplus can be donated to some other charities, or this surplus can be paid back to the contributors as a gift. So as a gift or manner deemed fit by the Kafil company, it will be paid back to the contributors, or there might be a case that this amount goes back again to the General Kafil company under different circumstances. But normally this is paid back to the contributors. And on the other hand, the operators, they charge the fee, which we know as the wakala fee, or their agency cost. So as an agent, they will charge that fee and they will deduct all their administrative expenses. Administrative expenses will be deducted out of it, and the remaining will be the profit which will be transferred to the shareholders of the parent company. Parent company, suppose Dawood Group is the company and they have different units, maybe more than 40 or 50 units, and they have a Kafil company as well, Dawood Kafil company. So for that Dawood Kafil company, they operate as the operator in this case. So whatever they earn, that will go to the parent company, maybe the shareholders of that Dawood Group. So this is the Wakala model. And what is Mudarba model? As it is clear that there is a relationship of Mudarib and the Rabbul Mal. And the Mal or capital is out of that General Kafil fund. So in this case, the surplus is shared between the participants with the Kafil operator. The sharing of such profit may be in the ratio of 50% each, or 60% and 40%, or as mutually agreed between the contracting parties. Generally, these risk-sharing arrangements allow the Kafil operator to share in the underwriting results from operations as well as the favorable performance result on the invested premiums. So here, this model will make it clear to understand what is the Mudarba model. So in this case, contributions received by the participants, they are divided into two parts. One is their personal account, that is participants account. Just like any account we open into any Islamic financial institution. So we deposit our funds into that account. Actually, we are investing into those accounts if we are having an account into Islamic financial institution. And then another part is distributed or contributed to the participant's special account, which we may call as the Tabarru account or a Waqf account. And this total fund, which is the contribution of the participant in the participant's personal account and participant's special account, this fund is invested by the operator and they derive profits out of this investment. And according to the agreement, a portion of profit as per agreement of the participant and the Kafil operator goes to the shareholders' funds. So that suppose 30% of the profit goes to the shareholders' fund and the 70% goes back to this fund. So the 70% will be distributed among the participants' account and the participants' special account according to the proportion. For example, if this fund is 70% and this fund is 30%, so the 70% of this profit goes into the participants account and 30% of this profit goes into the Waqf account. And both of these accounts, they are treated differently. And both of these accounts, they are treated differently because the nature of accounts, they are different. In the participant's personal account, it is simply a deposit, just like the account in any bank account, as a bank account. And here, the dealing will be different. From the participants' personal accounts, the participants, they can withdraw their amounts at any time, and maybe fully or partially, and then automatically if any participant dies, the total amount into his or her personal account will be given back to their descendants, to the heirs, to the sons or the daughters, or to the legal descendants of that deceased person. And if somebody quits from this whole contract, and his share will be paid back to the participant. And then at the time of maturity for that particular policy, if it was a takaful arrangement for a fire takaful for the property, and the duration for that transaction was for 10 years, so at the end of 10th year, this amount which has been deposited into the participant's personal account will be paid back to the depositor, to the participant, along with the profit. So whatever profit has been earned into this account will be proportionately given to the participant. Whereas this part, that is participant's special account, which is a donation from the participant, is treated differently, and out of this account all types of claims they are entertained. If there is any damage to the property, or if any unwanted event which was covered or which was the subject matter of the contract, if that happens, if it is compensated, so that claim amount will be deducted out of this Waqf account. And then Reeth Kafal arrangement, if takes place, Reeth Kafal expenses will be paid out of this account, and then something will be kept as a reserve into this account. And then if something is still left into this account, or if the balance goes beyond a certain level, there are not many claims, so if the level goes beyond a certain level, reserves are there, and then the surplus can be paid back to the participants. So under these arrangements, you can see that participants will be entertained against their claims, and the damages will be compensated out of the takaful fund or the Waqf fund. And to increase the level of funds, contributions will be more than the Waqf fund, because you can see here the contributions by the clients, they are divided into two parts. One is the participant special account or the Waqf account, and one is the participant's account. The objective to have that participant's account and to receive an added amount, like not only into the Waqf account but into their respective accounts, the objective is to arrange more and more capital. So with that capital, an investment will take place and profits will be earned, and with the profits, they will not only increase the personal accounts of the contributors, but also they will increase the Waqf account. And from that Waqf account, all the claims, expenses and the reserves will be kept. And then if the reserves they reach at a certain level, beyond that the surpluses will be paid back to the participants. And on the other hand, the takaful operator, on the basis of mudarba, because they operate this fund, they invest this fund on the basis of mudarba, they will share the profits according to the agreement between the participants and the takaful operators. So here we suppose that they share the profits on the 70% for the fund and the 30% for the takaful operators. So from this 30%, the takaful operator, they will deduct all their administrative cost, and the profit will be transferred to the shareholders of that company. And the interesting part here is that the participants, they are the owners of this whole operation. Whereas in case of insurance company, the shareholders, they are the owners of that insurance company, and the participants are the policy holders. They are simply the clients, and they have no say into the operations of that company. Whereas in this case, the participants are having the voting rights into it. They can have their say, and they can participate into the decision-making process of the takaful operators. So then next is the hybrid of the wakala and mudarba model. So this model is also being practiced by the takaful companies. So here you can see that contributions by the participants, they are divided into the participants' special account, what we know as some Waqf account or a tabarru account, and then there is their personal accounts. And the funds of these accounts, they are used for investment. but before they are used for investment, a wakala fee is deducted from here. A wakala fee is deducted from this fund, and that is X percentage, and it goes to the shareholders of the takaful operator company, and the remaining goes for the claims in case of death or in case of total or permanent disability of the policyholder, and if anything is left there, any surplus, that goes back to the same Waqf account. And this whole fund, any balance into this account along with the participant's personal account, this is invested by the operator, and out of this investment profits are generated. You can see here the profits are distributed among the account, the participant's account, then participant's special account, and the operator's account, that is the shareholders fund. So here Y percentage is the share of the takaful operator that goes to the shareholders fund, whereas a share of the participant personal account goes to their fund, whereas share of the participant special account goes to their fund. And out of the participant's personal account, partial withdrawals are possible. Just like any conventional account, the depositor can withdraw at any time, and at the time of maturity, any amount which has been deposited into the participant's personal account plus the profits will be paid back to the participant. And if at any time somebody surrenders or quits from that policy, the share of that participant will also be paid back to him or her. Now we will see that what are the different types of general takaful. When we talk of general takaful, it will offer all kind of non-life risk coverage. It normally is divided into following classes. For example, the property takaful, any type of property can be insured here. The marine takaful, for example, if the goods are in shipment through sea, and then the takaful arrangements can also be there. And for the motor takaful, for any kind of motor vehicle, and for the home takaful. So these are different types or classifications of general takaful. And there are some types of family takaful as well. The term life takaful, where a part of life can be insured under the Islamic arrangement, and the whole life takaful is also possible. So in these arrangements, the beneficiary are the descendants. Like if any damage happens to the life or the earning capabilities of the participants, they are damaged. So in that case, the family or the descendants of that participant can be compensated against any kind of financial losses. And then there can be marriage plans, the marriage takaful for the children, and then for the education takaful is also there for the education services or for the expenses that will arise in future when the kids are small and they are growing, and in future their fees will be expensive. Their expenses of education can be multiplied because of the inflation in Pakistan and maybe uncertainty of the future. So in that case, education takaful is also possible, and child education takaful is also possible. That is, at the very small age, their education takaful is also possible. Then medical and health takaful are also possible. So these are the different aspects of takaful which cover almost all aspects of our life, and the risks that are inherent into different lifestyles or the operations or the businesses, and the risks that are inherent with our personal lifestyle can be compensated with such type of takaful arrangements. And there is company operating in Pakistan, Takaful Pakistan Limited. So these are some of the drafts or the samples of the takaful documents. So we will go through these slides to know what are the different terms and conditions and how they are handled in the documents or the policies of the takaful companies. So in the introduction, these are some of the clauses which have been mentioned. Like, this is to acknowledge that the applicant, as more fully described in the schedule here too, is accepted as a member of the participants' takaful fund. So as you know that a takaful fund, a pool of fund is created, and the subscribers, they contribute into that pool of fund. So if the takaful company allows the participators to be accepted as the contributor, then that participant can contribute into that pool of fund that is operated by Takaful Pakistan Limited. After that will be called as the company. And being a member of the fund, the participant is acknowledged as a beneficiary under the attached indemnity policy of the fund. So whatever is the type of that plan, accordingly the contribution of the participant will be determined, and accordingly the nature of that particular loss will be compensated, and of the benefits declared by the fund from time to time under this policy in accordance with the Waqf rules governing the fund. So according to the rules of that fund, the participants shall be compensated against the losses, and subject to the participants continuing as a member of the fund and complying with his or her undertaking under his or her declaration made in the proposal form, he or she is indemnified for the fund by the fund as one of the beneficiaries against the perils or events described in the manner and to the extent as stated hereunder. So in the attached documents, different details will also be mentioned, and the duration will also be mentioned very much clearly into the contract. Normally policies are issued for the duration of 12 months and extended coverage on project policies. The marine policy, the membership under this document shall be for the period of the particular time period will be mentioned here for the number of months. However, the benefits under this document except surplus if any shall cease on the arrival of goods at destination, and in case the goods they safely reach the destination, this arrangement automatically expires, and any contributions made by the participant, they go to the Waqf fund. Actually they are the charity or the donation, and it will not be paid back to the participant. The cancellation clause will include that the policy may at any time be terminated at the option of the company on a 14 days notice to that effect being given to the participant at his last known address. So if the participant is not responding, and despite the fact that some few notices have been served but the participant never turned back, so in that case company can issue a 14 days notice and can cancel or terminate that policy. In that case, the participant shall be given an amount equivalent to a rateable proportion of the contribution for the unexpired period of the policy from the date of such cancellation. So at the date of that cancellation, an amount equivalent to the participant's personal account will be paid back to the participant. This policy may be terminated at any time at the request of the participant as well, in which case the participant will be paid an amount equivalent to the actual contribution made initially by him or her, less the amount worked as per the following scale applicable to the period during which the policy has been in force. So as per the operations of the insurance companies and Takaful companies, they deduct their service charges, and if they divide the contribution into the personal account and the Waqf account, out of Waqf account nothing will be paid back, but out of the personal account the deposits which have been deposited by the participant will be paid back to the participant. In the Takaful operator fee, the company shall deduct the Takaful operator's fee out of the contributions received under the policy. Such fee shall be based on the Wakala principle, since the company hereby acts as a wakil on behalf of the fund. So as we have discussed the Wakala model, Mudarba model, in case of Wakala, the company deducts their fee for their services. And investment management share, the company shall act as Mudarib for the purpose of managing the investment of the participants. And then on the other hand, now we are talking about the hybrid model where we have Wakala and Mudarba both. So as a wakil or as an agent on behalf of the participants fund, the company will charge a fee, and as an operator of that fund, as a mudarib of that fund, the company will charge a share into the profits of that fund. And the surplus distribution, if at the end of the period of policy stated in the schedule, there is a surplus in the general Takaful fund, the same shall be distributed among the participants, provided that in case the participant has made any claim or received any benefits under this policy, that claimed amount shall be deducted from the net amount worked out as due to the participants. So as we discussed in the first model, in the general Takaful model, in the general Takaful fund, if there are some funds and that Takaful arrangement has been established for a certain time period, and when that time period expires, so any surplus which remains into that fund will be divided or will be paid back to the participants proportionately. And if any of the participant has claimed against the losses, that loss will be deducted out of his or her share into that general Takaful fund, and the balance will be paid. So this is the surplus distribution in case the Takaful arrangement, they are for a specific time period. And then just like the reinsurance arrangement, there are so many Takaful companies. If you Google this Takaful, if you just write the word Takaful, there are so many sites, and you can see that there are so many companies which are performing this service of Takaful. But the size of Takaful is not that huge, just like in reinsurance arrangements. For example, the funds which are being managed by the Takaful companies, they are very small, maybe a fraction of the funds which are being operated by the reinsurance companies. So, but there are so many Takaful companies. For example, ACR Takaful operating in Bahrain, Solidarity Islamic Takaful and Takaful company are also operating in Bahrain, Africa Takaful in Egypt, Amin Reinsurance Company in Iran, which also provides the Takaful services, Al-Fajr Takaful Insurance Company in Kuwait, ACR Takaful Malaysia, Islamic Takaful and Takaful Company Saudi Arabia, National Reinsurance Company NRICO operating in Sudan, and there are so many companies operating in different countries, not only in Muslim countries, but the reinsurance companies, the conventional reinsurance companies, they also provide such type of services. And the target market of Takaful is the people who don't insure due to religious reasons. There are so many people that think that the insurance business are to getting the losses or damages insured under the conventional system or under the Islamic Takaful system, that it is not allowed. But that audience, if convinced that the operations of Takaful, they are Sharia compliant, then that can be a good target market. And there are people who insure and are insensitive to religious reasons. And there are so many people who are dealing with the insurance companies, with the conventional insurance companies. They are clients of those conventional insurance companies. If they are convinced, if they can be told that the operations of insurance companies, they are not Sharia compliant, they don't qualify to be halal operations, so in that case, that audience which already knows the business operations, which they are convinced that insurance is good for them, so then we can bring them back to the Takaful companies. And the example is that just like in case of diminishing musharaka arrangement, if you remember that there was balance transfer facility. So that is facility for the clients who have already got a loan from the conventional bank to construct their house. So what they are paying to the bank is the installment out of the principal amount plus the interest on the balance. And the Islamic banks provide the service that if those clients, if they want to quit that conventional system which is not Sharia compliant, the Islamic bank will make their payment, the remaining balance, that is the loan which is still not payable, and that will be the share of Islamic bank into that property, and the balance that has already been paid by the client will be the share of the client into that asset. So this is the balance transfer facility arrangement. So just like that, the clients of the insurance companies can be convinced to shift from the conventional insurance companies because they are not Sharia compliant to bring them to the Takaful companies being Sharia compliant companies. And people who currently don't insure at all, and there are certain people who don't insure at all, they face the risks and they compensate with their own resources. But if those people, they can be made aware that Takaful is good for them, if they can insure their assets, their health, their different properties, then under the Islamic economic system or under the Takaful system, it can be good for them. So these are the target markets for the takaful companies. And there are certain challenges to the takaful companies, and most of the challenges are common if we talk of the challenges to the Islamic financial system or the challenges to the takaful companies. So the skepticism, which means the doubts, people they have doubts about the Islamic financial system and they have doubts about the takaful system as well. And that perception can only be corrected by the Sharia scholars and the governments of the respective Islamic countries. And the lack of uniformity in Sharia decisions, because as we have seen already that Sharia boards of different financial institutions, they recommend their respective institutions sometimes to spend in a product which has not been allowed by another Sharia board to their financial institution. So the Sharia scholars, they differ in their opinions. So that also makes the things quite difficult for the companies. And the regulatory issues, the regulations, rules and regulations devised by the relevant countries. For example, in case of Pakistan, rules and regulations, they don't cover all the aspects, because there are some inherent problems. Sharia scholars, they differ in their opinions, and then the practices of different Islamic countries, they are different. For example, we talked about by ad-dain when we talked about the Islamic investment funds, that sale of debt, which is not allowed by the Sharia scholars, but it has been practiced in Malaysia. And they give the argument that because that sale of debt actually represents a sale of a commodity, so that's why we can discount that. And then the capacity constraints due to inadequate rizq-kaful. So the capacity constraints are also there. So the bigger companies, they might need some bigger insurances, and the claims will also be bigger for that purpose. And in case of disaster, when there are so many claims, the takaful companies may not be able to compensate all the claims, and even the rizq-kaful companies, they may not be able to compensate those claims. So these are the capacity constraints on part of the takaful and rizq-kaful companies. And the limited investment avenues, the funds which are being managed by the takaful operators, they are invested on the mudarba relationship by the takaful operators. The avenues are limited. If they want to invest into the securities, the debt securities, Islam doesn't allow to invest them. If they invest into the equity stocks, they can only invest in those companies where the total income comprises more than 95% of halal sources, and only 5% or less than that is allowed to be from the non-Sharia compliant sources, but that will be deducted. And then there are different constraints as far as the investments is concerned, because of the duration of the policies and maybe because of the limited avenues for the investment. And then human resource issues are always there for the Islamic financial institutions. It may be the banks, it may be the takaful companies. Most of the Islamic financial institutions, they hire their manpower from the conventional institutions, and these human resources, they are not well aware of the spirit of Islamic financial system. And this was all of our today's lecture. So in this lecture, we studied the operations of takaful, that how the contributions are collected, and then they are divided into different segments, that is participant's personal account and the waqf account, or we call that tabarru account as well, and what are the uses or the applications of the takaful funds, and what different types of insurances takaful companies they can offer to the clients, and the takaful models, which was quite important for this in this lecture, that is the wakala model based upon a fee arrangement where the operators they charge a fee, and then mudarba model where the operators they operate the funds and they make the investments of these funds and they create profits for that, and it is shared between the operators and the fund. And then there is a hybrid model where the operators they charge a wakala fee and they also operate the funds on the basis of mudarba. And then there were different takaful types and the documents we discussed from a Pakistan takaful company. And this was all about today. Inshallah, see you in the next lecture. Till then, Assalamu alaikum.